I've created these undulating hills using geometry nodes to create sort of this random landscape, and then created a tileable soil and grass texture in GIMP that I brought into this Blender project. I'd like to be able to use one or the other, or in some cases, possibly a combination of both. So let's go ahead and add the grass to the project. I'll create a new slot. I will create a new material. We'll name it grass. For the base color, I will select image, and we'll go ahead and open that grass. Now we might go ahead and play with some of the things like the roughness to make this rougher or less metallic and so forth. But now above and beyond that, what I can do is I can select the geometry and I can assign the grass texture. Now this grass texture is looking pretty blocky. So let's go ahead and look at our shader editor and compare it to our soil. Well, the soil has this extra mapping and texture coordinates in it. So let's go ahead and copy those, come back to our grass, and we'll connect the vector from the mapping to the vector for the grass image. And we'll see that it's changed. And the reason that it's changed is because of the scaling that I have for the grass. So that's nice. Now, if I try doing a combination of both, if I try, for example, to apply the soil specifically to this area, we're going to end up with a very blocky look. So let's try something a little bit different for combining things. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and create yet another material. So I'm going to create a new slot. I'm going to create a new material. We'll call this material ground. And what I'll do is I'll just go back to each of the other materials. I'll go back to the grass and I will select things from the grass. I will go ahead and I will control copy those. I can come back to my ground and paste those into place. I can likewise go back to my soil and do the same thing, selecting these items, control copy, come back to my ground, and I can control V. Let's go ahead and assign the ground to our mesh. Now I need to combine each of these items. Before I do, I'm going to select items in each category, and I'm going to do a control J to join them so that these can become one block in and of themselves. And I'm going to do the same thing for the soil. And that makes things just a little bit easier to read if I get a large convoluted mess. So let's go ahead and let's combine these. I will go ahead and I will do a Shift A and I will search for a mix and I'll use mix color and I will connect the color from the grass to A and the color from the soil to B. And we'll connect the result to the base color and we'll see that we get a little bit of both happening now. And if I slide the factor back and forth one way or the other, I can get a stronger grass look or a stronger soil look. So that's kind of nice. But we can take this a step further and maybe assert a little bit more control over this and maybe even get a little more randomness because this is very uniform. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to do another Shift A and I'm going to do a search for noise. And we'll add a noise texture and connect the factor from that to this factor. Now we can play around a little bit, like the scale, for example, we can take up. I'm going to take that up quite a bit, I think. Likewise, the detail we can take up quite a bit and play around with a few other values. Above and beyond that, I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a texture coordinates and we'll connect the generated from that to the vector and the noise texture. And then to be able to assert a little bit more control yet, let's move a few of these things around. Let's move these items over just a bit. So I think what I'd like to do now is add a color ramp, and I can use that to kind of control the contrast a little more precisely. So I'll do a Shift A. I'm going to do a search, and I will go ahead and look for the handy dandy color ramp. I will put that right here. Nothing's changed yet, but if I go ahead and start sliding the arrows for the color ramp, I can get a fair degree of control. And if I put them tighter together, I can get a very contrasty look. Or if I slide them from one end of the spectrum to the other, I can get a look where the soil is more dominant, but we still have some of the grass texture available. Or we can go the opposite end of the spectrum and have the grass be more dominant, but we still will get pockets of soil that might show up. Now, for my part, I think I'm going to keep them kind of close together. So I get a degree of contrast so that we get sort of a patchiness that happens. And I think that something like that is kind of what I'd be looking for. But the point is, it's something you can play with. I now have the option of being able to have specifically the soil, specifically the grass, or a combination thereof that is very much adjustable to what I need or want.